Okay, when you buy a grounding pad from a store and you use it in your house, it usually will come with a cable and some kind of conductive surface, a bed mat, a mouse pad, whatever it is. These cables always have a resistor in them, and that is to keep you from getting a shock. So you never want to ground to an electrical circuit without a resistor in line. So the socket tester tells us that this circuit is properly wired, and I'm going to use the voltmeter to read my body voltage and test it on this little ground mat. This is just a piece of conductive foil, cardboard foil. So the voltmeter, I've got the black lead hooked up to a ground pin on the outside of the house so that it's not going through an electrical circuit. And I'm going to hold the pin. I'm actually going to hold it in the same hand I'm holding the camera because I'll need another hand to go to ground. So when I let go of the pin, there's 0.3 volts just in the room, but when I touch the pin you can see I'm at 2.6 volts. And that is an electrical field that's pretty much induced from all the wires running around in the house. So I'm holding the pin, and when I put my hand on the grounding mat, you can see that it goes to 0.23 or 4 volts. So it's not exactly zero, but it's very close to zero. And if I go ahead and touch the pin that goes out to the garden directly, as you can see, I'm at zero. So there is some resistance in the line, because there is in fact a resistor in the line here, but it's taking us down to a very, very low level of body voltage. Now I'm going to take a few readings outside in the yard. I've got the positive lead here in my hand, and as you can see there's almost a volt on my body. And now I'm going to touch the ground and we'll see what happens. So I'm just going to put my hand right on the ground here. And as you can see, it has now gone to 2.3 volts. And I'm going to show you why that is. It's because I'm in close proximity of a power line. So big power lines like this emit a magnetic field, and that magnetic field induces electric fields in the air and in the ground. So when you're going to ground outside or put a pin in the ground or take your shoes off, be sure to look up and see if there's any large power lines or electrical sources nearby, because those are not good places to ground. Okay, so now we're going to show what ground is like in an area where there's no electromagnetic power line or currents running through the ground. So what I've got to give a little bit of voltage on my body is I'm just holding an extension cord. There's nothing plugged into it, but it still has voltage. So if you look at the meter, I'm holding this, and I'm at 5 volts, just holding that, AC volts. So I'm going to go down and touch the ground, and we'll see what happens. So as you can see, I'm practically at zero there. But a lot of times, especially in Canada, you don't want to take your shoes off and go down and touch the earth. So what you can do is when you're walking by a tree, is to touch the tree. And see, it didn't take all of it away, but it brought me down to less than half a volt. And that's what you want to do when you are in an area where, again, you don't want to take your shoes off, or it's winter, or you're in the city. Just walk up and touch one of your old friends and slough off that static electricity and all the voltage from your body. You'll feel a lot better. And here's a tip. If it's a big old tree with thick bark, it won't work as well. Try and find one with skinny bark. Good luck.